What's up, guys? This is Will H Tech Review, back with another video doing a follow-up on the Samsung Galaxy Chromebook. So I picked this up about 3 weeks to a month ago, I'm not sure, and I want to do a follow-up on this and let you guys know what I think about this after having it for that amount of time. So this is the Samsung Galaxy Chromebook. I picked this up, like I said, a little bit after I picked up my Samsung Galaxy Tab S7. So I picked this up. I found a deal on Swapper for this, and I originally planned just to get the Tab S7, but I've always wanted this device after I saw it announced and after it came out earlier in the part, maybe about the third or fourth month of the year. And so a couple days after I picked up the Samsung Galaxy Tab S7, I was looking around on Swapper, and someone had this on there for a little bit under $600, and I said, man, that's a great deal, I gotta pick it up. So that's how I ended up coming about getting this. And since then, I'm trying to decide which device I want to keep, the Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 Plus or this device. Now, to be honest with you, I think the Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 Plus is a little bit more powerful than this device is. I've done some what they call app opening or speed tests with this, and this seems to be a little bit more polished, especially when you're using straight Android apps. Now, if you're using using Chrome, then the Chromebook is definitely going to be a little bit better for as holding apps open, web pages open. But if you're talking about holding Android apps open, then the tablet is going to be a little bit more polished and powerful than the Chromebook. So my Chromebook, this Samsung Galaxy Chromebook, has the 10th gen Core i5 processor, 1021OU processor, 8 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage. This is using DDR3 instead of DDR4. So, but I haven't had any issues really with this device. It's been performing well. No issues with the performance on it at all. But let's go ahead and start talking about the hardware here, which is beautiful on this device. This is made out of aluminum. This is what they call the Fiesta Red. It also comes in a Mercury Gray. But if I was going to pick this device up, this is the one that I wanted to get, this color here, and it's been great. I got this from a guy on Swapper, and it's in mint condition. So let's go around it here. You got your 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, Type-C charging port, and you can also use this to export for your peripherals. You can have an external display with this as well. You got your volume rocker here, and you have a speaker on this side. You have a slot here to open it up. This is capable of, a lot of people like to know, one finger. You can pick it up, open it up like that. This side, you got another speaker. You got your micro SD card slot. You got your power button, another Type-C, and this also includes a S Pen, which is not as feature-rich as the one with the Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 Plus, but it is great S Pen to have. The hinges, we'll get more into these a little bit later, but the hinges are not that they're not that strong. And on the bottom of it, you do have a ventilation port and some little feet there. And this is super thin, as you guys can see, very thin. And then when you open up the top part of it, it is still very thin. And what I was talking about, the hinges, as you can see, you get a lot of wobble there. So overall, thin device, nice chrome accent around here, and just a beautiful device in my opinion. And also, like I said, this display is a 13.3 inch 4K OLED display, 3840 by 2160 screen resolution, and it is widescreen with 357 nits on it. The weight of it is 2.229 pounds, so not very heavy at all. And the thickness is 0.38 inches thick. Let's look at the keyboard here. So on the keyboard, it's a nice, very nice keyboard. The keys have some nice click. Feel pretty good when you're typing on them. I'm not a real professional typer, but the keys feel good to me. You do have a dedicated search button here. You have this row where you can back, forward, reverse. You can minimize the screen. You can check all of your apps that are open, your brightness levels, volume, and it does have a fingerprint sensor that works very well. The trackpad is very nice and smooth. This is a glass trackpad and it works great. Do have an 8 megapixel camera on the deck and a 1 megapixel camera up on top. The 1 megapixel is not great. The 8 megapixel will get you by if you need to use it for whatever you may need to use it for. The fingerprint sensor is very quick, as you guys can see. I'm into the tablet just that quick. No issues with the fingerprint sensor at all. And this is the 13.4 inch display. This display is beautiful, man. The colors are deep black, just beautiful, very vibrant. And this is one of the reasons I'm having a hard time deciding between the two tablets, because between the Chromebook and the Tab S7 Plus, because the Tab S7 Plus has a beautiful display as well. One good thing about this is also able to run Android apps. So you can go into the App Store and you can open up your apps, or you can download apps in there, and everything works great. As you can see, this display is beautiful. Like I keep harping on there, but you can download your Android versions of the apps. But as you can see, a lot of times they don't scale to the right scale on here, so this is what you get. So normally what I like to do is just use the browser version of the apps that I want to use. So say for instance, Instagram, if I open it up in the browser, then this is what I get. I get the full spectrum of the app, and I really and truly like using the web version of these apps instead of the Android, especially on this device here. So as you see, I can easily open up tons of apps and have no issues. So let's go ahead and open some up here. And I can go on and on. Here's Apple. So the processor, the 8 gigabytes and the 10th gen i5 processor is great. This has 256 gigabytes for storage as well. So you can move about on this device real easy. You can see if I had more apps open, I can split screen. The 13.3 inch display is great as well. Chrome runs really well on this device, and I'm very well pleased. This is also a touchscreen, no issues with touch on it. Most Android apps work pretty good. Let's open up a game or two and let you guys see just how this looks. And like I said, a lot of times what you have to do is put this in tablet mode, since this is a 2-in-1, and then you'll get your full size of the app just like this. So a lot of them, they won't run with it in laptop mode. A lot of these Android apps have a little bit of stutter to them, and that's one thing that I don't really care for. When you fold it over, it automatically, when you fold it over like this, it automatically goes into tablet mode. As you can see, everything changes here. You do have to get used to the feel of the keyboard on the back of it, but these are the different orientations. You got the tent mode. I think this one is called presentation mode, like so. And then you got your tablet mode like I was talking about, like I showed you guys earlier. Now, this does have a S Pen that I talked about, and the S Pen works pretty good. You got different things you can do here. You can capture a region, capture string, create a note, laser pointer, magnifier. So if we go into create a note, and that's the problem there, like I was showing you guys, telling you guys about the string wobble there. But the pen writes very well, very little latency as I can see. And if you need to have this to take notes, it should be pretty good. As you guys can see, it's keeping up with me pretty good. If you draw or whatever, then the S Pen is pretty good. Now you don't have, this is not Bluetooth, and you can't do all the things that you could do with the S Pen on like your Note series or your Tab S7 devices, but it works well. The laptop, like I said, the hinges are kind of weak on it, but overall it's been a great experience. The thing that doesn't work too well on this, that I'm not very impressed with, is battery life. Being that this has a 4K display, then this has a 49.2 watt battery in it, and I'm only getting about 4 hours of use out of this, guys, before I have to charge it. But one thing for me, I'm always around a charger, so I don't really worry about the battery life as much. But for someone who would probably not be around a charger all the time, then it would be a problem with this battery. And you can't really adjust your display. Let me go ahead and get out of that. The only thing, you can't change it from 4K like you can do on some of your tablets and other devices out there. The only thing you can do with this display is, let me get into these settings here. So you do have display size, the orientation. You do have ambient colors that you can turn on, and it'll adapt to whatever. As you see, that went to a cooler, warmer color there. And then you have night mode that you can swap on, and that's the look that you get there. And you can adjust this to be cooler or warmer, like so, if you have that on. And you can schedule this to turn on whenever you want, down here to night mode. So I don't like the ambient sensors on here, so I leave it to turn that off. And I just love the colors like this. Touch response on here, like I mentioned earlier, is great. And I really have no issues too much, no more than the battery on it. Apps work pretty well. Some of them are not optimized, like I said, to work with this. Here's the Kindle app if you want to read on it. So that's what you get. Let me go ahead and open up a book. So if you wanted this to do some reading on, this is what the pages will look like. And of course you can adjust your font size and all that stuff on there as well. But overall, man, it's been great. And like I said, I'm still trying to decide if I want to keep this device, or my Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 Plus. And I'm pretty much leaning towards this because I really and truly enjoy this device. It kind of reminds me of my Pixel book that I had some years back. And after I sold that device, I kind of really missed it. And the build quality on this is A1, and it performs well for what I needed to do. I'm also able to do some video editing on this with no issues here. Let me go ahead and get that open. And that's what I like to do with my devices on the go. So Power Director works full screen. As you guys can see, I've done quite a few videos here. And it works well. Power Director works well if you want to do some photo editing. I haven't tried that on here, so I'm not sure on that part of it, but using stuff like Google Docs, I got this down here. Google Docs works well. I can jump in and do my Google Docs. And so far, just great, man. So that's a follow-up on it. I'll come back in a little while later and give another follow-up, but Samsung Galaxy Chromebook. I like it. Catch you guys in the next video. I'm out.